Good morning, friends. In the last video, we discussed about the demand function and the non-price determinants of demands also. Let us now recap it and again try and better understand it. The rationale of law of demand, as we know that according to the law of demand, there is a negative causal relationship between the price of a good and its quantity demanded over a particular time period. Ceteris paribus, other things remaining the same. It means that as the price of a good increases, the quantity demanded falls, and vice versa. There is a relationship which is inversely proportional. As the price increases, the quantity demanded decreases, and so on and so forth. We have already discussed. I am just recapping it very, very quickly. Why this happens? What is the rationale? The rationale is a law of diminishing marginal utility. When you consume one ice cream, the level of satisfaction is high, and when you are consuming the second ice cream, the level of satisfaction decreases. This is nothing but the law of diminishing marginal utility, and therefore you are ready to pay a more price for the first ice cream and slightly lower price for the second ice cream. There is obviously the price effect. As the price of any commodity falls, one will be willing to buy more. And if we manifest into other effects, there is a substitution effect. Substitution effect we've already seen. If a substitute good, the price of a substitute good falls, say for example, tea and coffee. So if you have the price of coffee falls, then one would obviously go for coffee rather than tea, and so on so forth. There is an income effect as well. If the income increases, obviously the price for a commodity will increase, and if the income increases, you are ready to buy more at a lower price. Therefore, these are all the impact of on demand, and that is the rationale behind the law of demand. If the price falls, there will be arrival of new consumers. There will be more people willing to buy if the price falls. And therefore, as the price falls, the demand increases. And you have different users. If the price falls, you may have more number of users. So therefore, whenever the price falls, the demand increases, and if the price rises, the demand of a particular commodity will decrease. And there are the same can be looked at from a price point of view. uh, there is the determinants are based on the price as well as the non-price determinants. So if we put the demand function, the function of demand, which is denoted by dx, this is a function of price and several other non-price determinants. One of the most important determinant of demand is price. So demand is the quantity demanded of product X, as stated above. Dx is a function of the price of the product X. The price Py is the price of its substitutes. Pc is the price of its complementary goods. T is consumer tastes and preferences. A is the advertisement expense made on that product X. So therefore, demand of any product is a function of several things. It is not only a function of price, but it is a function of various non-price determinants also, which we discussed in the last video in details. So if we want to state the function of demand, it can be stated as dx is a function of px, py, pc, ta, right? So this is how we can state the function of demand. Going forward, there are some exceptions of law of demand. Exceptions of law of demand are basically for conspicuous goods or luxury goods or goods of status symbol. Now, for example, a person who is very, very wealthy, he would want to buy luxury goods. He want to buy products of status. So if the price of a pen, say for example, Mont Blanc pen can cost 10,000 rupees. Now when you buy or such a pen, you carry such a pen, the utility is similar to a pen which is costing rupees 10. But for this kind of customers, whenever the price of a particular commodity is high, it is like a status symbol. Say, for example, in case of cars also, someone wants to buy a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce. I mean, they are very, very expensive car. And therefore, the demand increases if the price of these commodities increase. And that is where these are some exceptions of law of demand. But obviously, that proportion will be very, very low. Giffen good. Giffen goods are inferior goods. Generally, Giffen goods are those goods which are inferior with no close substitutes, easily available, and which occupy a substantial place in consumers' budget, right? So, therefore, whenever the Giffen goods, which are inferior goods, when the income increases or people are not willing to buy these inferior goods, and therefore this is also one exception of to the law of demand, right? Future expectation about prices. Now if one is expecting that in the future the price of a particular commodity is going to increase, the price of the cars are going to increase, then people will probably buy more cars, and it can slightly increase the price of the car at the current level of demand, right? Similarly, demand for necessaries. Now, say for example, someone needs a surgery, then whatever is the price, it is necessity. You cannot avoid surgery. Therefore, irrespective of the price of that surgery, whatever it is costing, one will have to go for that. And speculation. In speculation, when someone is buying shares or commodities or stocks or future and options, generally, whenever the price increases, people are willing to buy more. And we have seen that why stock market falls, because whenever the stock market starts rising, every person, every next person is wanting to buy shares and they want to make money. We have seen that during the time period of Harshad Mehta, and so many people wanted, everyone wanted to make money overnight, and they started buying. And as the share prices increased, more and more people were willing to buy more. So these are some of the exceptions to the law of demand. So with this, we have more or less understood about the negative causal relationship of demand. The demand curve is sloping downwards. As the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded increases, and so on and so forth. We have seen non-price determinants as well some of the exceptions of law of demand. Now let's try and do this exercise to improve our thinking. What will be the impact on demand of a product A, and due to which factor? Now we are talking about product A, and what will be the impact on demand? Let's try and understand that. The number of consumers in the market for product A increases. Say for example, the number of consumers for product A increases. What will happen to the demand of product A? Consumer income increases, and assuming product A is an inferior good, what will happen? Consumer income decreases and product A is a normal good, right? A news report claims that use of product A has harmful effects on health. The price of substitute product B falls. The price of complementary good B increases. So you can probably discuss this. You can write down. You can write down the rationale, and accordingly, one can better understand the effect of various things, effect of various things on demand of a particular product. Wish you a very, very happy learning and goodbye. And we will be discussing supply in the next video. Thank you. And once again, happy learning.